I'm about to tell you the worst thing I've ever written down. Ready?
Ready.
What if this experimental vaccine leaves a Jesus Christ super scar?
Okay, that is really bad.
She is a co-host of the podcast Best Friends, and you can watch her stand-up special Pizza Mind on Amazon Prime, Stars on Demand, and listen on iTunes and Spotify. A lot of platforms. Welcome back. All those platforms. Sasheer Zamata.
Hello. So many platforms. You can platform. You can consume my content.
Well, Sasheer has graciously agreed to join for the monologue where I will tell some jokes and she can like them, hate them, comment on them, ignore them. Many options.
We'll see.
So let's get into it. What a week. Let's start off with the big one. No, not the massive earthquake that I lay awake expecting to happen every night now that the San Andreas Fault is like, hey, remember me? I don't care how bad it is. I can do whatever I want whenever I want. That's like a pre-joke sentence. Now Joe Biden, it's like not even, there's nowhere to even comment. It's just a thought exercise.
Semicolon and then separate. Here's a separate thing.
No, Joe Biden made the biggest decision of the presidential campaign when he selected Senator Kamala Harris to be his running mate. Kamala Harris becomes the first black woman and the first Indian American to be on a major party ticket. It's historic, said Gretchen Whitmer before she faded like Michael J. Fox in that Back to the Future photo.
It does need to be said, but it's just so funny to be like, can you believe the first? And it's like, oh, duh. Like, I don't, of course. Yes. I honestly thought she was the first woman, or like, I guess we've had women. I can't believe there's only been 3, 4.
Well, there've been 3 VPs, 4 if you include Hillary Clinton at the top of the ticket.
Yeah.
So there's been 4 women on a major ticket.
It's so crazy. There's been so many presidents.
So many, and some of them have been so bad.
So bad. Yeah, we've had really, really bad men.
Yeah, we've been giving everybody a multiple choice test between 2 men every 4 years, and they've gotten it wrong about half the time, at least. Kamala is a strong pick for a few reasons. She fought the big banks during the mortgage crisis. She joined Bernie Sanders and Ed Markey to introduce the monthly Economic Crisis Support Act, which will provide $2,000 a month to every American for the entirety of the pandemic. She has fought for free masks and tests for every American, and she has a husband named Doug.
Thank God. That's what we need.
Doug is going to go through a sex symbol phase. All right.
You think so?
Absolutely. 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 Whoa. I think the first week of September, right before Labor Day, there's a little bit of a lull. How's Twitter going to fill it? It's going to have the hots for Kamala Harris's husband, Doug.
Doug. Have you met a Doug in real life?
Have I met a Doug? I've met this Doug.
Oh. Okay, that's one.
And I could barely keep my hands off of him.
Dirty Doug.
I was like, get me out of here. The Trump campaign seems at a loss for how to attack Kamala, announcing that she is not only a radical leftist, but also too centrist, a corporate comp who moonlights for Antifa. They had months to work on this. It's as if they had a weekly show and they waited up until seconds before it began to work on the jokes. Can you tell that some of these may have been finessed moments ago?
I can tell. Yeah, I can tell.
This week, Donald Trump doubled down on his assault on the post office, admitting he's doing it to stop votes from being counted. This happened the same day it was announced that the Postal Service would be shutting off mail sorting machines ahead of the election.
I can't believe Trump admitted that. I guess I can believe. He doesn't care. He's like, I'm untouchable. I've done this much so far. What are you going to do to me?
Well, he's always like his move has often been to just tell the truth, in his convoluted, hard to follow way, but just tell the truth on television because like if there are things that he's tweeted that if a journalist had been able to like uncover it in a secret memo would be like a huge scandal. But because like so much of our like kind of culture around the news is built around like if you have to discover something incriminating. People don't just say something incriminating. He skips the like dramatic crescendo of like catching him. It's like Nixon. If Nixon like early on in Watergate like had gone to the cameras and be like, they broke into the Watergate to help me win. It would have been so boring by the time Bob Woodward and Carl got around to it.
Yeah, it's like it's not a scandal. It's like, well, I guess he just owned up to it, so
It's not new
Good
anymore.
for him. At least he's honest.
I just can't stand these phonies.
Yeah, not talking about all their scandals.
President Trump also signed a coronavirus relief executive action to halt evictions, claiming it would take care of pretty much this entire situation. But the text only asks federal agencies to consider if a temporary halt to evictions might be a good idea. This is a momentous historic document right up there with the Recommendation of Independence and the Emancipation Insinuation.
I like that. That's funny.
Thanks, Sasheer.
Also, like, it kind of was an emancipation insinuation. Like, not everybody got freed as soon as that got signed. It took a while still. It took years.
Yeah. Years. In Florida, Marion County Sheriff Bill Woods banned his deputies from wearing masks while working and banned visitors from wearing masks at the sheriff's office. He wrote in an email, "The fact is, the amount of professionals that give the reason why we should, I can find the exact same amount of professionals that say why we shouldn't." It makes you think, like how if a doctor says you need surgery to remove a tumor, but a dietitian who once worked with Gwyneth and who took an online course in probiotics after a career in mixed media sculpture didn't work out says you only need a low FODMAP diet, you can just pick the one you like the most. This is literally the kind of thinking that killed Steve Jobs, and now none of the chords make sense.
Wait, what do you mean?
Well, because Steve Jobs had cancer, and he didn't like the recommendation from the doctors. He's meeting in the U.S. So we went to a kind of guru who was here, have this, lemon water and just sort of meditate. And now my computer can barely plug into my phone.
And it affects us all. Damn it, Steve.
Come on, Steve. Come on. Trust medical journals. Maybe then, what's a lightning cord USB-C? Come on, man. We needed you. Also this week, Andrew Lloyd Webber volunteered to get an experimental COVID vaccine, saying he would do anything to prove that theaters could open safely. Here's hoping that the COVID antibodies don't make Sir Andrew Lloyd Webber their jellicle choice.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
I'm about to tell you the worst thing I've ever written down. Ready?
Ready.
Is ready? What if this experimental vaccine leaves a Jesus Christ super scar?
Okay, that is really bad. I can see why you thought that was maybe good, but it's really bad.
It's really bad.
Do you have more? This actually is exciting.
On Wednesday, Los Angeles Mayor Eric Garcetti revealed the city's plan to accelerate development of a $10 at-home COVID test. So you're saying I could get 3 COVID tests or watch the live-action Mulan on Disney Plus? I think I know what I'm going to pick.
Yeah. I'm going to stay home for weeks and enjoy this Mulan movie. That is great. $30 is a lot of money, though.
Yeah.
When the whole service is like $20.
Yeah, it's a lot of money. I guess it's. I guess they're just really relying on those kids to hold their parents hostage.
And they will.
And they'll get that. They'll get their Mulan. Their Mulan. Yeah, and I hope they do. I hope they do. Also this week, Herman Cain tweeted 2 weeks after dying from the coronavirus. Hydroxychloroquine. It's pretty amazing. It's pretty good stuff.
It brings you back from the dead.
It brought him back. Vladimir Putin announced that Russia would be approving a coronavirus vaccine without finishing the proper clinical trials. There is no scientific proof that this vaccine is safe or even works, and it was immediately administered to Andrew Lloyd Webber.
I'll take it. I'll take anything. Please, open the theaters. It's not worth it.
Yeah. Keep pumping stuff into this guy. He'll be the Phantom of the opera.
Oh, that was just the actual title. That's it. You didn't even try to change it.
I'll tell you, though, speaking of Andrew Lloyd Webber, given everything that's been going on, we really all got to make sure we evota. I could have moved on. I'm doing this.
I didn't even...
Hey, this mail is coming so slowly. It's more like Starlight Local.
Is this one of those things where it gets worse and then you think it's going to go back up? You think it's going to
Here's the thing. I don't think this gets better. I just can't stop. All right, I'm going to end it. I'll end it. All right, I'll do 2 more jokes and then let you go back to a life that doesn't involve this. Kanye West had a private meeting with Jared Kushner last week. People are worried this is about Kanye's presidential bid, but I'm worried it's about an album.
Oh my God. Pass the Kushner.
That's good. That's good. And finally this week, Cardi B and Meg Thee Stallion dropped an explosive new single titled WAP, a body-positive summer empowerment jam that stands for Withered Ailing Penis. I want you to know something. Okay. I can prove that there was an argument about this joke in which I said, I don't want to say this out loud.
I'm glad you're on the right side of history.
Travis, turn your damn camera on and you apologize to Sasheer for making me say this fucking shit.
There's no proof that I did anything.
We can go. I think Google Docs retains a lot of data.
It's just, how dare you? How dare you bring a penis into this beautiful, empowering anthem for women?
My Zoom's crashing. I gotta go.
Sasheer Zamata, thank you so much for joining us.